So another year of something nothing under our belts. It's been a good year, a lot of highlights, there's a lot to sort of go over. So last year we done a compilation, we went from end to end throughout the whole year of everything that we've done and achieved, and there's been so much that we've done over the last sort of 12 months that rather than sort of try and condense everything that we've done, we thought we'd pick our top 5 videos, and this is my top 5 videos of something and nothing in the 2017 to 2018 year. Number 5 for me is, it's not really like a great experience, but the video and everything that came out of it is one of my favourite, you know. So number 5 is the Wet and Windy Wild Camp.
So what's Nath chosen? The Wet and Windy Wild Camp.
It's about 9:30. We're really into the rough stuff now. I don't know if you can see this. It's my hiking pole, just propping up the tent. Wind speed out there is, the Met Office is saying it's approximately 40 to 45 mile an hour. Prior to Christmas we decided to build up to doing a wild camp over the Christmas period. I'd been reading the book and Cadair Idris had come up in the book.
It was winter. We wanted to do a winter wild camp. We had banded around the idea of camping on Cadair Idris.
So we started putting wheels in motion, we'd sort of picked a date, we were keeping an eye on the weather, went out and spent loads of money. I started to get a little bit concerned and panicky about the fact there might be snow. I actually went out and bought an ice axe. Now this is potentially a bit of overkill. I've actually gone out and bought a black diamond ice axe.
Snow had hit up in Wales and it was just a whiteout.
Unfortunately, due to illness, Trev couldn't make the dates that we had.
Then Christmas Day, I get my annual flu. Always seem to be ill for Christmas. I'd been out for a walk on Dartmoor with wife and kids, and I was like, it was hard going, and I thought, I don't think I could climb a mountain, let alone survive on one. So I said to Nate, let's do something closer.
Then we decided, sort of, you know, to take a real look at ourselves and our abilities, and maybe, you know, going up a mountain in the middle of winter for the first time, camping wasn't such a great idea.
Let's just do a camp on Dartmoor, test ourselves out.
We started off at Salton, a familiar spot to us, so we were, you know, we knew the terrain.
We started later in the day, so we didn't have a lot of walking.
But it was primarily more about sort of the camping and sort of, you know, can we camp in more adverse conditions, like
Bleak House Ruins, great location.
Which I'd sort of chose and said, yeah, let's go camp down there, as opposed to right on top of a tor because of the wind.
Let's take a look at the accommodation for the evening, shall we? As Trev quite rightly pointed out from the other side of the bank, it's not particularly level in many places.
There wasn't an abundance of spots to sort of pitch a tent on. And this was my first outing for the DD hammock tarp as well, which I was excited about because I'd had it for probably 4 months and not had a chance to use it.
An inch under the ground, it's granite, so we was like, had no coverage, sticking our pegs in at angles.
This is my first time using the DD hammock ultralight 3x3 tarp. It's not ideal conditions for pegging it out. As you can see, not managed to achieve an ideal shape on it.
But the minute we turned up there, we was about to cook our meals, and then the heavens opened. So we're straight in our tents and worked out we've got to stay in these tents now for like 16 hours, I think, before the sun comes up. So a long night.
Well, I'm in my bag. It's about 6:30, so another hour gone. I'm still going to hold off for dinner. Gives me something to look forward to.
It was sort of later on that we sort of checked the weather apps and realised that the wind was due to get up in the night, and then all of a sudden, like 40 mile an hour winds hit, torrential rain. I mean, it was a real baptism of fire for the DD hammock tarp.
But we got through it, we endured, and we survived. So that's the main thing.
Looking back at it, it was a real achievement for us. Like, you know, we started off as these 2 guys that just sort of started daytime rambling in fair weather, and it turned out to 2 guys that sort of don't mind going out in the sort of most adverse weather we can choose to sort of camp the night. That's why the Wet and Windy Wild Camp at the Bleak House Ruins is my number 5.